Hello, my name is Brenda Kojan. I'm Associate Head of the Clarkson School. I wanted to share a little bit of information about myself as you navigate through this process, and to certainly contact me with any questions that you may have. Basically, I've been at Clarkson for nearly 30 years, and 17 years of my career have been spent in the Clarkson School program, advising and working with students, and then ultimately working with them as alumni after they've left our program. In my previous career, I've worked as an instructor in the School of Business. I've worked in transfer admission, directed the MBA program, and as I mentioned, have spent 17 years with the Clarkson School. So my title is Associate Head of the Clarkson School, but really I'm working with students on academic advising, college advising, as well as personal skill development. So I'd like to talk a little bit about each of those areas. So academic advising, once a student makes a decision to enroll at the Clarkson School, which is typically during the summer months, I start working with them on their fall schedule. So the fall schedule is really based on a number of factors. One being, is a student going to be pursuing high school requirements towards their high school diploma and what those courses may be? Is a student going to be pursuing the TAS diploma, which is another option? And in that case, I work with students on filling out that application, and then they will be testing in the first semester, and I arrange that through a local testing center. Second is, what a student's interests are, what they're hoping to do for a career. And I think it's important to note that not all sizes fit every student. So basically what that means is I work with each student individually to design their schedule. So it is based on courses that they need for high school diploma, and their career and major interest, but it's important for me to look at their high school background, what their interests are, as well as information from these diagnostic surveys that students take over the course of the semester, summer. So with that information, I prepare a schedule, and then I go back and forth with a student over the summer prior to coming for orientation to finalize their courses. In another light of the academic advising, I send out progress reports basically 3 times each semester to assess how a student is transitioning into the college academic life. And those reports are sent out through our Start at CU system. So it's asking faculty for feedback on attendance, participation, exam, quiz, homework grades, as well as has the student sought help when needed. And this information is really important and critical. So if a student is having any difficulties in any courses, I will, contact the student, have them come in, and we discuss, what resources they can pursue in order to move ahead. So we develop an action plan for that student. And it's also an opportunity to congratulate those students that are finding success in their coursework. So the progress reports are sent out to the students and also to the parents based on the student information and release authorization form. And again, that feedback is really, really important to make sure that we are communicating with the student and getting them help as they need it. I think along the lines of that, it's important to know that each year I hire 2 to 3 tutors who are Clarkson School alumni that will meet with students, and typically they're offered Sunday through Thursday evenings. And then they're in the core classes like calculus or any math course, chemistry, physics, biology, sometimes computer science. And they can come in, if they're working on a homework assignment and they run into any kind of difficulty or preparing for an exam. These tutors are those that have been successful in their coursework, but I also want to make sure that they will be accessible and approachable by our current students. So that's a great service that a lot of our students take advantage of. Also with that, we have a faculty mentor program, so we invite our faculty from the various departments on campus to come have dinner with our students, and that gives the students an opportunity to ask questions about upper level courses, schools that may offer their major, and also, any questions about careers. And that's been very successful too in helping students. While I'm pretty versed in the first year curriculum for all the majors on campus, it's always nice to have a faculty member in a major a student is specifically interested in to meet with them and get connected to other people on campus. The second part of my job is college advising. So with the college advising, first of all, it's important to note that once a student is accepted to the Clarkson School, they're automatically accepted to Clarkson University. So that means they do not have to reapply if they choose Clarkson University as the institution that they want to continue their undergraduate education. But I think it's important that the students know to keep their options open. So in September, when students get there, I hold college workshops, and it gives an overview of the process of applying as a Clarkson School student. So we talk about how to fill out the common application, how to write a winning essay, asking for letters of recommendations from teachers, as well as scholarship search, and actually my role in the whole college application process. So then after those workshops, I meet with students individually because it's important for each student to show their best foot forward in that whole process. So I require students to have me review their college applications. I review all of their essays and certainly encourage students to utilize our writing center on campus. But again, requiring that is ensuring that the student is showing themselves, in the format that they would like to show a college admission officer. So that's critically important. And then I continue to work with students throughout the whole process, making sure that they have all their application requirements in, standardized testing, and many of our students will test at a local high school, and arranging that, and just keeping on top of everything that they need to do in addition to managing college in general. The third piece that is really important too is personal skill development. So in addition to the academic and college advising, I also teach a first-year seminar course, which is based on Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Successful College Students. So for students to really know the careers or major that they really want to do, it's important for them to do some self-assessment exercises to find out, where they're at currently and what do they need to do. I consider it an inner GPS. So where's your goal and what are you going to need to do from day one in order to reach that particular goal, and how to overcome some of the obstacles and things that may happen along the way towards trying to achieve that goal. So we talk about being proactive, how to talk to your professors, how to ask for help, which sometimes can be a big step for these students. But we also talk about managing your time, managing independence for the first time. Also, we do some forward thinking, backward thinking. So what is it you want to do as a career, and what kinds of skills and things do you need to do now in order to work towards that career? Is the major that you're interested in going to be a good pathway to that career? So it's a time to kind of explore your interests, your skills, and how to sharpen those skills as you move forward. So it's been a great course to teach. It gives me a way to connect with the students. weekly to see how they're doing. And then I also have peer educators that work with me, and they're again upper class Clarkson School alumni that are still at the university that want to give back and they want to mentor the students. So we find that really important to give that touch point for students outside of myself or any of the other Clarkson School staff. And lastly, about 7 years ago, to really enrich a student's experience, we offered a global program class in the spring semester along with a trip during the spring break. So I've had the privilege of taking students to France and Germany, Ireland, Czech Republic, and some other countries, and that's to gain some cultural experience. So we visit businesses during that trip, as well as a lot of cultural visitations and tours. And I think for the students, it's kind of opened up their eyes to a world beyond what they've known. But it's a great thing to put on their resume for future employers or even for summer internships and co-ops. And then another, I guess, plus for students is our personal development program and workshops, and we offer those both semesters. Students are required to attend at least 4 of those for my first year seminar class, but they center on professional skill development and personal skills. So we talk about writing a resume, writing a cover letter, how to prepare for the fall and spring career fairs, which are 2 big events at Clarkson University, writing personal statements, how to apply for summer internships and co-ops, to how to manage your time, stress, anxiety, skill sets. So a lot of these are workshops that we offer that are based on students, what they want and what they need. And if a student completes 8 of those workshops, then they receive a certificate at the end of the year, which again is a nice plus for their resume. So I think it was a couple of years ago that we had our 40th reunion where we invited our nearly 3,000 alumni back to campus. And it was great to hear from the alumni that this decision to attend the Clarkson School was probably one of the best decisions that they've made, personally, academically, and career-wise. So it's been a wonderful program. I've really enjoyed working with the students. And so I would encourage you to contact me if you have any questions at all. My contact information is on our website, and I wish you well throughout the whole process and good luck in all of your future endeavors. Certainly the staff at the Clarkson School have our students' best interests in mind, and we hope that you will consider this as your next academic step. So thank you for listening. We wish you and your family safe and healthy during this epidemic, and we certainly wish you all the best. So take care, and thank you very much.